Here we go. We got Control Marine spawn as always. Possessed by DTPN. And over here in subsector, we've got Dysgorge. Starting it out, what are we rolling out as?
Looks like we got a 3-2 split from the Marines here. 3 going over to Skylights for DTPN and the 2 other ones heading over to Topographical. And the aliens look like they're going to be setting up a defensive position here, trying to just hold West Junction and East Junction, setting up for ambushes. And they looks like they just want to make sure that they can secure Nano. So they're probably likely going to set up, wait for the Marines to move out, try and ambush them as they're running by. But this is a very common tactic, so I think DTPN might be ready for this. Lifeson approaching spot on the side here.
Happening in Skylights, first blood is the aliens getting wiped out. All 3 Marines in pretty decent shape. Moving down into subsector high, probably going to do some contestion.
Yeah, and then, Dysgorge having a good flank there. They came from the vent and from the other side there, and it was just too much for them to be able to handle 3 Marines. So.
I think it was the guy in the back. The third guy, they might not have seen him. They tried to pounce him. Third guy's over there saying, I got your back, got you 6.
They're building Overlook, though, right outside of Alien Start with 3 guys. And the aliens are going around the backside. I'm not sure. It looks like this might turn into an impromptu base rush here. I think that's exactly where they're going. They're skipping right over Skylights. They're going to go right for base. Hits there by himself. The armor's not done. He hears him coming.
Oh, it's the comm out of the chair.
This
is a situation where you don't want to undo. Hit needs to try to make this safe. Can he make it? Arnaldo has a little bit of time to try to get in here. This Iron Fist and Life's Fun. See Arnaldo.
Oh my gosh.
Marditu's left to fight for himself. Iron Fist versus Marditu. Life's Fun versus Marditu. Hit comes back up. Comes back online.
At the same time, we have 2 Marines over here in subsector clearing the base here. Only 3 eggs left for the aliens. They're killing eggs. And they got the last couple of spawners in here, but 0 eggs left. Carapace shell started, but I think they're going to get cleaned up here. But, I mean, I think that's kind of a wash there. We did kill a couple of eggs, which will slow down spawns if skulks die here in the next few seconds, but I think that's not really going to be an issue because there's no impending combat. So overall, I think a wash there because nothing really got done. A little bit of harassment at both bases.
Well, I think if anybody gets ahead in an area where it's kind of a neutral ground, it's got to be the aliens, because as long as they keep the Marines off the field, their comm can continue to expand, while the Marines have to clear their stuff up and build. Look at all these RTs the Marines tried to get out. They spread out everywhere.
Cabral going down in cargo. Kind of surprised that he managed, or he bothered to finish the power, but I guess he wanted to get as much out of that extractor as possible.
So they dropped Overlook and cargo. Those are some far out RTs.
Overlook and cargo, right. Cargo is not really even going to delay them that much. They'll get some resources back from that, but overall it's going to be a net loss. And Marines, again, with 3 down to Overlook, completely ignoring Nano. Looks like they don't even want to bother with it, knowing that it's going to be sisted up and there are going to be ambushes in there. But surprised that there's nothing really going on the right side so far. I mean, going straight for cargo instead of C12 or pipe.
You gotta watch out when you don't contest Nano. It's like the aliens start understanding, like, oh, well, if they're not going to do it, then we'll just start hitting all of their RTs. You know, as long as you keep poking Nano, they keep setting up for it. They'll leave somebody there. But once you, like, don't show any interest in it, it's like, well, might as well go hit some RTs. Gotta keep the pressure up.
Absolutely. And if you just start to poke towards extractors, or harvesters, rather, for the alien side, you'll see all those skulks start coming back, at least a few of them, to make sure they don't lose it, because it's so much more important to defend harvesters than it is for Marines to worry about extractors. Not saying extractors aren't important, but for an even trade, it's much more important for aliens to defend.
Definitely. And I was gonna say here, like, the aliens are doing a really strong, you know, they're getting their kills when they need them. They're doing really well on the kills here. They keep getting a lot of really powerful ambushes. You might have missed it, but there was a 2 group in East Junction of Marines moving through, and all of a sudden 3 skulks just swarmed them and took them out. Got to give it to Dysgorge right there, making me proud of how well they're doing some teamwork today.
So Scan going over C12. They obviously, the ambush we were talking about earlier, they don't want to get ambushed again. I'm wondering if they caught Sweetie Bunner. I guess not, because they're only looking now behind them after the sound is going off. It looks like they want to set up to hit them again over that side. Again, we got this group going down over to Overlook. Haven't done any damage down that side. I'm surprised they want to keep pushing it.
We already have a lurk up on the field, possessed by Sally. I think he's a pretty good lurk from the last 2 times that I've managed to see him. Looks like they really got to clean up this C12 group. If they were allowed to expand here, it might be a problem later. Ooh, but it's 2v1. That's just not coming in quite fast enough.
I think maybe with a little bit better tracking and just, better time meds, they easily could have taken those 2 skulks and, pushed the lurk off and moved down to pipe. I mean, that was just one of those key engagements that kind of like sets the tempo for the game, So that was one of those that they really just needed to win. We got redundant drifters going on over here in West Junction. I'd like to see maybe one of those move forward or repositioned.
What I'm curious is why do they keep sending the 3-man pressure team down into Overlook?
I'm not really sure either, because they keep going down, and all they do down there is when they go to say kill eggs. But then the group will come over, clear them out, and then they just don't really accomplish anything. Like, clearing eggs is fine and all, but that's only if you intend on actually trying to egg lock the other team or delay their spawns because they have too many dead. And that's just not the case anytime that they've done it.
Just looking at this fight as it goes on right now, we have a lurk up at the healer. He's got low energy, but that'll recover soon enough. And we're just going to see spikes and some skulks. At some point, they're going to choose to do this pounce. It's probably going to be pretty seriously bad for the Marines when this hit finally explodes on them.
Yep,
and here it goes, launching in there. Dysgorge is just mopping the floor with those poor little Marines. Marditu do Ferrari. Gotta be careful about that. That 3-man push down there, it's just not gonna work. You can't force it like that. You should just send one there, maybe send the rest in the nano. You gotta start hitting the RTs. Look at this. 5 RTs coming up for the aliens. Oh, if it keeps going at this rate, it's gonna be... It's kind of getting hit out of the ballpark right now, in terms of... walking away with it, walking to home maybe? I don't know.
Yeah, they've only got probably like a couple minutes left before, it starts really tearing into the aliens. It's already, really good for the aliens because they've got so many extractors. Pipeline just going online recently. So there aren't 5 harvesters. I mean, 4 is a lot. 5 is crazy, especially on Vale. It's really kind of gotten out of hand at this point, and the Marines got to do something quick. They have phase tech. They need to get really well-placed phase and start challenging some of this res income that the aliens have. And if they push down to Overlook again, I can't stress much how terrible of a decision that would be.
They just need money. They need to kill the aliens' money. Then they can start walking back into this game or get a big life form kill. That would be another big boon that they could try to go for right now. They've got a 4 shotgun man group up on this field. I'm not sure where they all are, but there's 4 shotguns online. And hopefully they can start taking out some of this res flow. There's just too much money. Look at this. We're 8 minutes in the game, basically. Sweeney Bot's 5 res out from being fade. Another 60 seconds or so, we're going to start seeing fades roll out onto the field. I don't even know if this phase gate's going to be enough, because these fades are going to be coming out, and it's going to be scary. They just got to make these shots. Come on, take out Sweeney Bot. Oh, I said I'd root for one, but... I don't like seeing upsets. You could do this, DTPN. You gotta extend this for at least 10 minutes.
So,
I want to see.
DTPN, they're almost getting taken out 3 of them with shotguns by 2 skulks, very narrowly surviving. And on the back of that, they lost both skylights and topographical, so they're now only in 1 harvester, or 1 extractor, and that's their base extractor. And they only have 3 res, so it's gonna be such a long time before they can do anything here.
This isn't good. This is not good at all. These poor Marines, they're getting so separated. They need to stick together. They have shotguns. Oh no, there's only 1 Marine left. New Ferrari getting picked off alone. Sweeney Bot getting the majority of those kills there.
So, second extractor finished in topographical. Aliens losing 2. They lost both C12 and pipe, but they're still sitting on 4. And Overlook is going up now. It's already 20% grown. So... They're setting up here to drop, I would assume, a phase gate and pipe, but they just can't afford it.
Don't have the money. They're going to have to deal with 2 fades already hopped into
3
their
fades,
eggs.
it looks like. Yeah, 3 fades.
I'm not sure if Sweeney Bot's going to switch, but he's probably going to get a T-res drop because they got so much money just, sitting around. Overlook's down now. Oh, no.
Yeah, if Sweeney were to go fade, they'd have 4 fades and a lurk. And they're just... you can't handle it at all. There's no way. Not with the infrastructure that the Marines have at the moment.
Yeah, with only two RTs, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if a GG comes out real soon. It's just the big mistake, I think, was sending the 3 down through subsector twice. I mean, you can do it once at the start, maybe twice if you really want to be greedy or try to force something, but they left their res exposed for so long. They went all the way down to cargo with only 1 guy. It's like, if you're going to send anybody to cover, you should at least send 2. Maybe break apart your 3-man push.
Here comes the final attack here, probably over in system waypointing. We had a couple other Marines on way, Arnaldo and Cabral, but I just don't see them being able to do anything against this force here. Getting a solid hit, though, against Iron Fist, but he's just going to walk it off.
Walk it off, man. Walk it off. Be alright. It's just a small scratch. You know, I figure, like, if a Fade got hit with that, he'd be, like, limping out of there. Oh, shoot.
Aliens way ahead total resources gained. Having about, 400 to the Marines, not even 300.
That's just how you know it's good. It's out of control. There is no getting out of control. It's just out of control. Here they go, trying to get some kind of hive push. Probably the only play that they got left, but even then...
Oh, getting cut in half! Good spike wall cutting off 2 of the Marines from the backside.
You could do this! Keep him alive! Beacon him out of there! Get him out of there! Excellent! Yes! Go on the IPs, just stand there and go home.
And there's the GG from DTPN.
They saved all the Marines. They're fine, alright? They're gonna go home to their families. Look at that, phasing out. Beautiful.
Transport ship is here. Time to go back home.
Yeah, they're like, this is a total wash! We need to get out of here! And Command, for once, responded and told them, get out of there! We're pulling back.